Welcome back to House of Klaus. We're doing a Century Home lead test today as we continue our renovations. I have a testing swab kit. You dip it into white vinegar to activate it, and then you swab the area for about 30 seconds. I am going to start on our stained wood just to get the hang of this, see what's going on, and kind of make it like a control experiment. So you always want one of those. So here I am. As far as I know, there's not really lead in stained wood, but who knows? I have the swabs. I'm going to test it out and see. It'll stay yellow or it'll turn pink. So we're looking yellow here, and there is no detectable lead on our stained kitchen trim. I want to check behind the wallpaper. Here's the before. Beautiful Dixie cup pattern. And then you'll see the after our helpers got here. This is our removal. It did not go smoothly. That is baked on, and you see paper bag wall behind there. Also in the dessert room, as I call it, we have a wonderful 90s hat print that I zoomed in, and that did not come down easy either. It was just really disastrous, and you can see it did ruin the whole wall, removing that wallpaper. I do want to check it, even though we're seeing that it probably was wallpapered over drywall because the paper bag layers scream, I was drywall once, help me. I wanted to double check that there isn't any paint under there. There is a rule that people say you can put one roll of wallpaper over paint, but the dessert room wall layers look perfectly fine. And then I'm going to go back in and check out the bathroom just to make sure that everything is good there. Again, it doesn't look like it, but we have the swab, so we're going to check it out. And it's really hard to see the walls and wonder, like, what are we going to do to fix these, because that wallpaper is just disastrous to remove. So we're in the midst of doing reno as well. We're getting those floor joists in the basement, well, there's ceiling joists in the basement, all removed. So we want to make sure and see if there's anything else we have to do for safety. Yellow, which means that this swab is looking good. I have no pink swabs yet. So both of those areas in the main room do not have detectable lead. I'm going to move to the last sort of area of the house that has painted wood on the windowsills or the doors. It's cracking a little bit. It's not in the best of shape, and we will be replacing these windows, but we do want to know if there's anything that we should do immediately. Lead can be present in any paints in a house in the 1950s or older, and we have a house that was built in 1903, so we don't know about all these layers and what is underneath there. That one was green. One of the cool things we have is this laundry chute door under the stairs. I will show you where it was at. It's just a storage with a laundry chute underneath the steps. So the steps, the basement stairs, are not currently underneath the upstairs stairs. So I don't know if there was just a laundry basket on the other side, or this door has been reused and recycled and all of that fun stuff, but I do plan on keeping some of the doors, and I really love that one. I think it's a fun conversation to have as well, and it'll be fun to do a little bit of research and figure out how exactly they're used. The paint is not in good shape, so I wasn't very hopeful. I thought that I might run into some lead here through those layers cracking, but hey, we are looking yellow. So the first floor painted trim, laundry chute door is all clear. I went up to the attic bedrooms to check out the windows and doors in the converted attic. Feeling pretty confident at this point, but not really knowing what was going to happen next, like every step in this house. And as I started swabbing for the first time, the swab started to darken a little bit, and I was seeing pink. Curiously enough as well, pink did get on the windowsill, so after you swab this, you can clearly see that there's possible lead on the part that you swabbed. So I just went around, I went to both of those rooms up there, checking for lead. We will also have the door that we took off behind the chimney to check. I will talk to you a little bit about that. You probably saw how we removed that door in our chimney removal video. And here is some trim that is turning pink. So this is just how I did it. I tipped over the bottle of white vinegar activated the test. And then here I'm also checking the trim on the floor. So this is baseboard trim. I don't know if it was painted at the same time as the doors, but one of the things we figured out about this house was often layers were not removed. They were just added on top of other layers. And we didn't really know that until we started getting into the demo. There's really no way to see that. Our finished attic baseboards and ceilings were perfectly okay. Here I am just testing out the mudding and everything on the ceiling with the drywall and double checking, but it is really turning up yellow and that swab is going to stay yellow, so that is a good thing. It is also a relief to make sure that the baseboards are not full of lead. And what we're testing for now is to see if we need to move into these rooms, because if that downstairs is not finished in time, we will have to utilize these upstairs rooms, and we want to be as safe as possible, even though we might be replacing these things later. This bedroom door does have layers and layers of paint on it. It is starting to turn pink a little bit here. Where there were screws or decorations in there, I'm not really sure what those divots are, but I know that they allow us to get through the layers and learn a little bit more about the history of this door. Most likely I'm not going to keep this door because it does have the lead on it. So the attic bedroom door has possible lead, and we will be replacing that in the future, but I will be sealing and painting over it. I mean, all it needs is more layers, right? I'm just kidding. So it'll have to go eventually, but we are just trying to do what we can in order to get into the house and make our way through the floors, the rooms, and renovate some more. And you can hear us, I think, taking down some walls in the background. So this was the door that unfortunately tested positive for lead. It was a child's room at one point. And you don't want kids eating lead. You also don't want them breathing in lead dust. That's a concern. So in the back of my head, I'm like, okay, I really just have to make sure I try and vacuum, keep everything going. And they do a lead test at the pediatrician too. So I know on my sheet, it will say, do you want to opt into this? And then they will call you. They'll let you know the results if something does come up. I'm trying my best to find pink with this other door, and I don't actually remember if it's going to happen or not. And then this is the wall, so there are screws in it, which makes me happy because then the layers are peeling back and this test will get through the layers. I think it is way more effective if you have something that is already peeling or cracking. Here is the door that we took off of the middle closet to take out the chimney. It's just hanging out on the side, and I thought for sure 2 of the doors already had lead. This one is going to too. I just knew it in my mind. I'm like, oh man, here we go. We're going to have to throw away this door. I actually don't even know if it's level at this point from leveling the house and putting the joists in. But hall closet door had no lead, so it can go back off if it fits. We have one more door up there to test out and just double check, and this is the walk-in attic door. This door has been through a bit. You can tell it's pretty beaten up. I did try to clean it, and it's just still smudgy, and again, just been through a lot for a door. So testing that out, it is starting to look a little bit darker on the swab, but it is a little bit darker in this hallway. There isn't any sunlight on this area, so I will have to take it into the hall to check it out, and we do have lead. So 3 out of 4 doors upstairs and our window trim does have lead on it. It will definitely need to be sealed and painted over, and we will be replacing them. This is what I'm using. I'm going to do a little bit of peel stuff and paint over it in the meantime, because again, if we do not get our main floor finish, we will be moving things into those rooms and utilizing them. And that's the question. Are we going to finish this in time? Was this necessary? Should I be doing peel, stop, and paint? I guess we will see. Or will we finish the main floor on time? Make sure that you like and subscribe so Klaus can get his baby deer statue. He'll be so excited to see it in his dog sensory garden. And thank you so much for watching. Join us for next time. Tons of demo coming up and a whole lot of rebuilding our century home.